In this video, I gotta go over a couple of things. A game trilogy that I would be very excited for has potentially been leaked in the Ninja Gaiden Sigma trilogy. We saw a listing for this earlier, but man, it's becoming more and more likely that this is a real thing, and that's something that is incredibly exciting to me. We'll talk about that. Housemarque's Returnal listed with a March 2021 release date, so there you have that. That's a game I'm also looking forward to, and Bioshock series might be going open world with the next title. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. Interesting information there. Ninja Gaiden Sigma Trilogy is reportedly coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. It is listed by another retailer and appears to include the Sigma trilogy of games. The listing for the trilogy was available to view, and you can see it in an image that I'll leave a link to in the description box below. This is coming from a Spanish retailer in Extra Life, and it does look to be a title for Nintendo Switch as well as PlayStation 4, including the Sigma games, not the earlier Ninja Gaiden titles. However, hopefully this includes Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, as well as Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, the enhanced version of Ninja Gaiden 3. Maybe it could be a case where it's only the regular Ninja Gaiden 3 version, but I doubt that would be the case. I think it would be the enhanced version. Ninja Gaiden Sigma, I really enjoyed. If you go back and play Sigma 1, it does have some dated elements. I actually went back and played Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox probably nine or so months ago, because it was on Xbox backwards compatibility, and yeah, that game has some major issues with its camera and things like that, but hopefully they'll modernize the game quite a bit and it will be a lot more palatable on the trilogy if this does ultimately come to fruition. I think this would sell pretty well, especially if it's priced accordingly. I don't know if at a $60 price point if it would resonate at that level, but at $40, I think this would be a really solid buy. Just very enjoyable action-oriented titles. You know, not the best stories in the world, of course, but if you're looking for gruesome action titles, Ninja Gaiden Sigma really does fit the bill. And as far as games like this go, the story's not even bad at all. It's an enjoyable time with all of those games. I played Sigma 1, 2, and 3 all on the PlayStation 3. Sigma 1 and 2 were on the PlayStation 3, and then Ninja Gaiden 3, of course. I haven't played Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox 360. Sigma is like the upgraded version, quote-unquote upgraded. Some people see it differently. You can look into that if you want to talk the debates about that. Moving on from that, Housemarque's Returnal has gotten a release date listed on Best Buy Canada with March 19th of 2021. Now, let me pull up what day that would fall on. That would actually fall on a Friday, which is in line with when Sony usually releases their PlayStation exclusive, so that makes all the sense in the world. Returnal is scheduled to be a title that comes in the first half of 2021. Now, it would be interesting because I really do believe Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart is going to be a very early title in 2021, so I don't know if you know, Sony would want to schedule both of these titles in back-to-back months. Wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, they did it with The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, and both those games sold incredibly well, so I don't think that's really going to be that much of a promotional issue. I just think back to times like Titanfall 2's release, but Titanfall 2 was surrounded by a billion first-person shooters coming out. This case, it's Returnal and Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart 2 games that, yes, while they're viewed at from a third-person perspective, that's really where the comparisons end between Ratchet and Clank and Rift and Housemarque's Returnal, and I'll be picking up both of those games because I am definitely hoping for the best out of Returnal. Really, Housemarque's opportunity to deliver on a AAA title. I know that they've been doing such a great job with the downloadable titles, your Super Stardust HDs of the world, your Dead Nations, your Matterfalls, and all those games. Those games have been really solid. But I know from a Housemarque standpoint, they are ready to take the next step. They are ready to become one of those studios that people view at the level of a Sucker Punch, a Guerrilla Games, a Naughty Dog. They want to, you know, really increase their cachet a little bit, and Returnal is their shot to do it. If they don't deliver with Returnal, it's going to be a little bit hard to get back to this point, but I think Housemarque is going to do a really good job with it. I like the gameplay that I've seen of Returnal thus far, and Housemarque's track record in general. Usually when they drop a game, even though they've been at a little bit of a smaller scale, they deliver on all aspects of it, so I got a lot of faith in them delivering a quality title here. Fingers crossed for a March 19th release date on this, because that would schedule the early portion of 2021 2021 being really solid for the PlayStation 5 with Ratchet & Clank as well as Returnal. Both those games really would headline a solid first half of the year, and that would make way to the second half of the year where hopefully you would get Horizon, you would get Final Fantasy 16, and you would get God of War. If we get all 5 of these games that I just mentioned in 2021, what a nutty year that would be. And for some reason, the pessimistic side of me, 1 or 2 of those games are getting delayed. Is it going to be God of War? Is it going to be Final Fantasy 16? Stay tuned, because we might figure out soon enough. But hey, if everything comes together and all those games drop in 2021, what a phenomenal year that would be. Okay, lastly, do want to note that 2K Games made it official that another Bioshock game is in the works at a new studio known as Cloud Chamber. However, when did Bioshock Infinite come out? The last Bioshock game? Well, that was all the way back in 2013. Gaming has evolved quite a bit, leading you to believe that Bioshock 4, or whatever it's going to be called, is going to evolve quite a bit. What has been the trend since 2013 that a lot of games have been going? Open world. Whether it be a Mirror's Edge Catalyst, whether it be a Metal Gear Solid 5, you're taking former franchises that weren't open world, now dropping them into an open world setting. Mafia 3 as well. There have been so many examples of this. Bioshock might be the next one. A Cloud Chamber job posting spotted by Twitter users Amaro and L may reveal the new Bioshock is going to be a little bit more open world. According to a lead system designer job ad, the new Bioshock will take place in an emergent sandbox world, and the successful candidate will be responsible for interactive world systems, player growth systems, and progression. Meanwhile, a senior voice designer ad asks for somebody with RPG experience and describes the project like so. We would like you to help design the dialogue system, asset pipeline, and tools for the project. This is an ambitious, narratively driven project full of character and personality. Think of the possibilities. There's also a game AI programmer ad stating the applicant will be tasked with creating a meaningful AI urban crowd system, and that is really leading to the possibility of an open world Bioshock title. I'm a little bit mixed on this. I'm not of the mindset that every game has to go open world. Every game has to have this gargantuanly large world. I think it hurts some games more than it helps in some regards. I thought MGS5 did a great job with it, but there have been instances where the open world does detract from a game, and sometimes it's a little bit better to have a streamlined experience, and I've enjoyed Bioshock for what it was. The linearity never hurt Bioshock in my opinion, but I get that they do want to evolve. I get that they would want to target a new audience, and you do have a new studio working on the game, so if this does come to fruition and Bioshock 4 is more of an open world RPG, or it has open world RPG elements, it would be something I would still get excited for. I would be a little bit, cautious about it, but at the same time, Bioshock has such cachet behind it. All of the games have been so good. Even Bioshock 2, which people aren't entirely high on all the time, I enjoyed that game. I loved Bioshock 1, and I adored Bioshock Infinite. Bioshock Infinite is probably my favorite of the trilogy, and just to see the franchise back, that's going to be exciting if nothing else. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy seeming to be leaked. Is that going to be coming in 2021? I think there's a good shot it will be, and that's something I'll definitely have my eyes on. Housemarque gets a release date listed on Best Buy Canada. Seems like these Canada websites always do it. Walmart Canada, you guys remember that? E3 2018? That was a complete train wreck, but Best Buy Canada has that listed for March 19th of 2021. And Bioshock 4 or Bioshock by Cloud Chamber, could it be more of an open world title? Looks to be the case. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.